who goes by "This is a public service" on YouTube.
This is a public service.
This is a public service.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Who understands those rap guys? They only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute, okay? I mean, her butt is just so big. I can't believe it's just so round. It's like out there. I mean, gross. Look. She's just so black.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough cause you notice that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get whipped up and take your picture. My homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you got makes
me so horny.
Ooh, rumpa smooth skin. You say you wanna get in my bins? Well, use me, cause you ain't that average groupie. I seen her dancing, to hell with romancing. She's sweat, wet, got it going like a turbo vet. I'm tired of magazines, saying flat butts all the thing. Take the average black man and ask him that. She gotta pack much back. So fellas, has your girlfriend got your butt?
Hell
Tell
yeah.
her shake it,
Shake it.
shake it,
Shake it.
shake that healthy butt. Baby got ballet feet with the open booty. Baby got ballet feet with the open booty. Ballet feet with the open booty. I like 'em round and big, and when I'm throwing a gig, I just can't help myself. I'm acting like an animal. Now here's my scandal. I wanna get you home and double up. I ain't talking about Playboy, cause silicone parts are made for toys. I want them real thick and juicy, so find that juicy double. Mix a lot's in trouble, begging for a piece of that bubble. So I'm looking at rock videos. Knock-knee bimbos walking like hoes. You can have them bimbos, I'll keep my women like Flojo. A word to the thick soul sisters, I wanna get with ya. I won't cuss or hit ya, but I gotta be straight when I say I wanna. Till the break of dawn, baby got it going on. A lot of simps won't like this song, cause them punks like to hit it and quit it. And I'd rather stay and play, cause I'm long and I'm strong and I'm down to get the friction on. So ladies, if you wanna roll my Mercedes, then turn around, stick it out. Even white boys got to shout, baby got back. Baby got back.
Yeah, baby. When it comes to females, Cosmo ain't got nothing to do with my selection. 36, 24, 36. Only if she's 5'3".
So your girlfriend rolls a Honda, playing workout tapes by Fonda. But Fonda ain't got a motor in the back of her Honda. My Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. You can do side bends or sit-ups, but please don't lose that butt. Some brothers wanna play that hard role and tell you that the butt ain't gold, so they toss it and leave it, and I pull up quick to retrieve it. So Cosmo says you're fat. Well, I ain't down with that, cause your waist is small and your curves are kicking, and I'm thinking about sticking to the beanpole dames in the magazines. You ain't it, miss thing. Give me a sister, I can't resist her. Red beans and rice didn't miss her. Some knucklehead tried to diss, cause his girls are on my list. He had game, but he chose to hit him, and I pull up quick to get with him. So ladies, if the butt is round and you want a triple X throwdown, dial 1-900-MIX-A-LOT and kick them nasty thoughts. Baby got back. Baby got back. Little in the middle, but she got much back. Little in the middle, but she got much back.
Welcome in everyone. It's a happy day for our rights. It's a day that really shouldn't have even happened. We shouldn't have to contend with such things, but we got the result. It was a very, I can't imagine, I can imagine, but I can't imagine how much of a nerve-wracking day it was for Michael, because it was nerve-wracking for me, and I was just in the gallery. I did have I'm not sure if I want to call it the pleasure or the displeasure. I sat right behind Miss. We've been pronouncing her name wrong the entire time, guys. It's not Poirier. It's cunt. So, yeah. No. But we have been pronouncing her name wrong. It's Poirier. Poirier. So, I'm sorry about that, Jennifer. So anyway, I had the displeasure of sitting right behind her family during the trial, and then her after she testified. It was really weird. Her husband, he's kind of got that midget cuck look, and I'm not sure if it was her mom or if it was his mom, but she did not want to sit next to her husband after the testimony. And then when we came back in after the break, she was all the way against the wall. She couldn't be any further away from her husband at that point. She was basically chumming it up with I think it was her personal attorney. I'm not sure what that nasty bitch's name is, but it was just really weird. And then, I got to hear what the family was saying to each other during her testimony and during the cross-examination. So that was really great. We've got the trial here. I don't have the whole thing because I had to leave right after the prosecution rested and the defense argued a jury of acquittal motion, or judgment of acquittal motion, which got denied. I thought it was argued pretty well, but for whatever reason, it all came down to Sir Mix-a-Lot. So apparently, that's in the judge's mind. It was the Sir Mix-a-Lot. If he would have just done everything else, it would have been cool. But he put the Sir Mix-a-Lot in there with the zooming in on Miss Poirier's breasts and buttocks, clothed. That was a big issue. He just published his interrogation with the police this morning. You guys should check that out. But these officers, they're such dimwits. And really, the detective that got on the stand, he basically lampooned their whole case. I mean, it's tough to talk about it because you say, "Whoa, that guy really screwed it." But I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, some videos on YouTube, and you just got to get totally triggered about it. So, all right, welcome in, everybody. I have a favor to ask, and the favor is, I was trying to solve the sound issues in real time during the last live. If you guys start hearing the static, please let me know, because for some reason it's like the secondary display, or I don't know what the hell is going on, but I can solve it if I know about it, but I can't hear what you guys can hear. So if you start hearing that static, please just let me know. Yes, Soliaker is free. Let me say hello to everybody. Hello and welcome in. Leslie, I saw you. Jason, hello. Leslie, thank you for being here. I am the Click Commander. What up? Brandon Mitchell, what up? Real Cowboy, what up? Travis, what up? Ronnie. Web Gophers. Lou. What up? Cammy, what's going on? Jethro. Hidden comment. 007. Does she have buns? She does have buns. I don't know if, I guess we're allowed to talk about them now. I put the Princess Leia thing just to give her an additional layer of coverage there, because I know how sensitive she was about the whole thing. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Let's see if I can get this going here.
The jurors are present, seated in the jury box.
All right, thank you. So we got notepads now, everyone's good to go, right? So did anyone have, you can be seated, everybody else, sorry. Did anybody have any problems following my instructions? So raise your hand. And then, okay, so good, Mr. Bishop, just the hat. No, it's a good hat, don't get me wrong. It's all right, no, you're good. All right, so with that being said, State, do you wish to give an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well.
May it please the court.
Yes.
Counsel. Members of the jury. We are here.
Just for clarity, I get this question a lot in my comments, and I just see it here from Robert. What has Lane been up to? I haven't spoken to Lane. He was ordered as a condition of his probation to not associate with me, and that's that. Now I have talked to his wife, and Lane's doing good.
Because from June 2024 until July 2025, this defendant repeatedly harassed Ms. Jennifer.Poirrier. That is why we as the state have brought the charges of stalking against this very defendant. Today, you will hear how this defendant runs a YouTube channel called the Armed Fisherman, and how he used this channel to repeatedly talk about Ms. Poirier in her role as city manager of Clearwater. However, he didn't stop at just his grievances with the city or the things she was doing with her job. No, instead he took it further. You will hear today how he repeatedly made videos about Ms. Poirier's body and her family. You will also hear today how these videos caused Ms. Poirier emotional distress. You will also hear how it didn't stop at the videos. Instead, Ms. Poirier will take the stand today and tell you how the defendant began to approach her in person. And when he approached her, he would make inappropriate comments about her body and follow her to her vehicle. Members of the jury, today, as I stated, you'll hear from Ms. Poirier. You'll hear from the detective who conducted the investigation. And you will see clips from this defendant's own YouTube channel. And through all the evidence you will see today, you will see that beyond a reasonable doubt, the defendant committed the crime of stalking. And at the end of today's trial, with that evidence and with your own common sense, we will ask you to return the verdict that justice demands and find this defendant guilty. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Long. Defense, do you wish to give an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well.
Good afternoon, everybody. Members of the jury, we're here because the state of Florida wants to convict my client of stalking because he's critical of the Clearwater city government. My client's Michael Taylor. On YouTube, he's known as the Armed Fisherman. He has over 250,000 subscribers. His videos routinely get tens of thousands of views each. But what you're going to learn today about is Mr. Taylor's history with the city of Clearwater. He got involved with the city of Clearwater because of his advocacy for First and Second Amendment issues that predates the things that have happened here. You're gonna learn that he went to city council meetings to complain. He drove all the way across the state to do it. And he did this because these are issues that are important to him. He makes a modest living off of his channel, producing videos about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, and yes, fishing and government accountability. You're also going to learn about the city of Clearwater, and you're going to learn about its government structure, and most importantly, its city manager, Jennifer.Poirrier. You're going to learn about Ms. Poirier, that she has a history of working in public administration. You learn that she was selected by the Clearwater City Council to serve as the city manager. You're going to learn a bit about what the city manager does, and importantly, you're going to learn about the residential requirements to serve as city manager. You're going to learn about the city charter of Clearwater that requires that the city manager live within the Clearwater city limits. You're also going to learn that Ms. Poirier's job contract
What up, Osgood?
requires her to live within the city of Clearwater for at least 180 days. This provision is important because you're also going to learn that Ms. Poirier owns multiple parcels of real estate, multiple homes. 2 of them are not in the city of Clearwater. And you also learn that she had claimed homestead residencies. Now, you're also going to learn that the city of Clearwater, in that the property that she purchased there, she purchased from somebody who is associated with the Church of Scientology. Now, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole very much, but this is an important issue that we're going to discuss. The fact that we know about these parcels of land, the fact that my client knows about it, you'll learn that he went to publicly available databases to get this information. You'll learn that the Pinellas County property appraiser and tax collector run websites where you can look up who owns what. And you'll also learn that at the time that my client accessed that information, it was publicly available. Anybody could have looked it up. You're also going to learn that at some point that information became unavailable. But you also learn that Mr. Taylor made videos about this information. You'll learn that Mr. Taylor went before the city council to bring these sort of things up and didn't get anywhere with it. You're also going to learn that he got very frustrated with the city council and he continued to go to these meetings. And at one of these meetings, he addressed to the city council these issues and they determined that it wasn't of great concern. But he continued to press this. And in doing so, he became focused on Jennifer Poirier and her residency and did more investigation into her. You're going to learn that he produced a video where it showed him giving chocolate to Ms. Poirier. There's a reason for that. Ms. Poirier, you'll learn that Ms. Poirier made a public statement, a public interview where she said that she uses dark chocolate to contend with the job stresses of being a city manager. A very important position where she makes a substantial amount of money and oversees a very large budget. And my client at the city council meetings, where he was not getting anywhere and becoming increasingly frustrated, tried to give the chocolate to Ms. Poirier, and she didn't take it. You also learned that she didn't say anything else to him. You're also going to learn that my client, after that city council meeting, immediately went outside where some of his friends were. And you're going to learn that Ms. Poirier went outside after my client was already out there to not go to her car, but to go to a chartered bus, which they were using at the time. And at that time, my client again tried to proffer Ms. Poirier with the chocolate. Didn't say anything, just walked right past, didn't say a word, no reaction. And then as she was getting on the bus, you're going to learn that my client produced a video showing her backside. And we're going to take a moment because we're going to talk about those videos. You'll learn that my client produces these videos and that they're interspersed with comedy, and they're interspersed with memes, and they're interspersed with other media about jokes. Jokes about breasts and buttocks. And that my client produced videos where he was mocking Ms. Poirier's breasts and buttocks. You're going to see that those videos don't show Ms. Poirier naked. They're simply an observable, clothed figure, and that he interspersed it with these jokes. And those videos were published. You're also going to learn about the comments that people made in reserve about their videos. And you'll also learn that my client clicked the like button about it. You're not going to find out that he talked about it. You're going to learn he clicked the like button. That's it. My client's going to take the stand probably, and he's going to explain the history of his channel and what he did and why he did it. And at the end of the day, you're going to find out about the jury instruction, in this case, in the law of stalking. This isn't a case involving ex-boyfriends and things like that. They're calling this harassment. They're alleging that my client harassed the city manager of Clearwater. You're going to learn that the First Amendment offers some level of protection for this. First Amendment activities are protected from prosecution for this. You're also going to learn about what's called a legitimate purpose. In order to show stalking, you'll learn about there has to be no legitimate purpose. But we're going to show you through the testimony of my client, through the videos, that my client had one. And at the end of the day, after you've heard from the officer, you've listened to the testimony of Jennifer.Poirrier, and you've listened to my client, you've seen the videos, and these emails where he sent clips, or he sent links to his videos with no commentary to all of the city council at the same time, you're going to come to the conclusion that this case needs to be found not guilty, that there is protection for this from our First Amendment, that my client had a legitimate purpose, that he's not guilty of the offense of stalking. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dillard. State, please call your first witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Jennifer.Poirrier to the stand.
They've even trained their chatbot to be woke. Maybe it's Jennifer sitting in her office crying. Click Commander, I can't confirm or deny that.
Good afternoon. Can you return to the jury and introduce yourself by your first and last name? Can you spell your last name for a court report?
Yes. Hello, my name is Jennifer.Poirrier. Last name is Poirrier.
Now, before we talk about why you're here today, let's have the jury get to know you a little bit. So, where do you live?
I live in Clearwater, Florida.
And what do you do for work?
I am the city manager for the city of Clearwater.
Is that your current job title?
Yes, it is.
And how long have you been the city manager?
For 3 years.
Is this an elected position?
No, it's not. I am hired by the council and work at the will of the council.
All right, and now I'd like to shift more into why we're here today. Are you familiar with someone by the name of Michael Taylor?
Yes, I am.
And how did you meet this person?
He has been in attendance at council meetings and town halls and sends emails and videos.
And when he made his attendance at these meetings, how did he introduce himself?
As the Armed Fisherman.
And do you see Michael Taylor, also known as the Armed Fisherman, in the courtroom here today?
Yes, I do.
Can you please identify him by an article of clothing and where he's located in the courtroom?
Yes, he is located in the courtroom over to my left-hand side, and he has on a black suit.
Let the record reflect, Your Honor, that the witness has ID'd the defendant.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
The record is so replied.
And Ms. Poirier, are you familiar with the YouTube channel called The Armed Fisherman?
Yes, I am.
Have you seen any of the videos from that channel?
Yes, I have.
When you saw those videos, did you see the face of the Armed Fisherman in any of those videos?
Yes.
And was the person in those videos the same person who made himself known at these meetings as the Armed Fisherman?
Yes.
Have you interacted with this person more than once?
I haven't interacted with him, but yes, I've had interactions with him for more than once.
Were these interactions only in person?
No, they're also via email.
And so now we want to break down your interactions between the online emails and the in-person. And we'll start with online. So let's take you back to June of 2024. Did you start receiving emails from an account labeled the Armed Fisherman?
Yes.
And what would those emails include?
There was a lot of emails. They would have different subject lines with different video attachments on a variety of topics.
And those video attachments took you where?
To his YouTube channel.
Were you the only recipient on these emails?
I was not.
Would you recognize any of these emails if you saw them again today?
Yes, I would.
Your Honor, permission to approach the clerk?
Yes.
And Your Honor, permission to approach the witness?
I'll show defense first, but yes.
Thank you.
Now, Ms. Poirier, do you recognize these documents?
Yes.
How?
They are sent to my email address at work, and I've seen them.
Is this a fair and accurate depiction of what those emails look like when they came to your inbox?
Yes, it is.
At this time, Your Honor, the state would offer into evidence what's been remarked as State's Exhibit 1.
Yeah, States 1, any objection?
No objection.
So enter in as States Exhibit number 1.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
Before I give this to the members of the jury, Ms. Poirier, how frequently did you get these emails?
Very frequently, sometimes multiple a day.
Would you get them in consecutive days in a row?
Oh, yes.
And then would you click on the links in these emails?
Initially, yes, I would.
And where would the links take you?
To the Armed Fisherman's YouTube page.
Did you watch all of the videos that were sent to you?
No, I did not.
Did you watch some of them?
Yes, I did.
What was discussed in these videos that you did watch?
There'd be a variety of topics from about where I lived, different things about my family members, and about my employment contract, and there'd be different snippets from different council meetings.
Yeah. She looked fake too. You know, this chick is peak Shannon Walker. I mean, she even kind of sounds cunty like her. But yeah, her facial expressions during this whole thing were quite something. It's criminal that we can't video record these trials so we can see the inauthenticity of these slimy government parasites like Jennifer.Poirrier. But she would make her comments, and then she would give these looks. She would take turns looking at the jurors. I don't know if she was trained up on, okay, after you make your statement, purse your lips a little bit, look really sad, and look in the jurors' eyes. You know, she was constantly looking over at the jurors with a little pout on her face. It was quite pathetic.
What are some of the subject matter about the work or topics discussed at these meetings?
Yes, sometimes.
Then you mentioned that some of it was about you. Were some of them personal in nature?
Yes, some of them were very personal.
Okay. What specifically about you did they address?
There was some videos made about my anatomy.
And apologies, but we do need to be more specific. What about your anatomy?
The first video that turned sexual in nature was about my breast.
Were there any videos that talked about any other parts of your body?
Yes, there was additional videos that were made that were about my butt.
Were any of your family members mentioned in these videos?
Yes, my family members were mentioned multiple times.
And who specifically in your family?
My husband, my daughter, and my brother.
Any of these videos were photos of them included?
Yes, there was.
And what did you do when you received and watched these videos?
The ones that were sexual in nature were hard to watch, embarrassing, humiliating.
The videos that were sexual in nature were hard to watch. First of all, nobody's holding you down and forcing you to watch the videos, so don't watch. How about that, you dummy? But the videos that were hard, I wish that I had access to the videos that they showed during the trial, because have you guys seen these videos? It's she's not naked. He's not unmasking her with AI. I mean, he's zooming in on her butt and he's zooming in on her breasts, and you know what? It's childish, it's juvenile, and it's funny. And the clerk thought it was funny too. They put down the lights and they play the videos, and you know, I'm scanning the room. I'm looking over at the jurors. I want to know if any of them have feel a certain way, and I glance over at the clerk and she's smiling. The jury can't see her, so she feels like she can probably do whatever she wants, but she thought she was getting cracked up about it. So yeah, Jen, it's funny.
And I sent them to the Clearwater Police Department.
You said they were hard to watch. How did you feel?
Okay, are you serious? You've never heard of this case? I'm sorry, I've done a disservice. Yeah, he was charged with stalking, and he was also this was a little more of the focus in the interview with the dumbass detectives, but they had to dismiss this obviously, but they were trying to get him for Chapter 119, which is the law that they constantly violate. That's funny. I've never seen anybody in my life charged with this crime other than a person that literally can't be charged with this crime. So that's a cool story.
Objectified, exposed, embarrassed, angry, unsafe.
And when did you stop watching these videos?
I stopped watching them after the first video was made about my anatomy.
Is she saying that she watched one video? Is that really what she's saying right here? Yeah, she's really harassed. I feel so sorry for her.
And for you, are these just videos?
No.
Did you live these experiences?
I did live the experiences, yes.
I'd like to draw your attention specifically to April 28th of 2025. Did you see a video that the defendant posted about the news conference on the Clearwater Ferry accident?
Yes, I did.
And what did you see in this video?
It was a video of the news conference, and it was, they would pan out and show who all...
Yeah, this actually has props like the Afro Man case too. So people were sending that dirty pig lemon pound cakes. Well, people are gonna start sending Miss Poirier chocolates.
At that news conference, and then it would zoom in on my breast.
And would you recognize this video if we showed it to you?
Yes.
You want permission to approach her?
Yes.
record reflect, I'm showing defense was argued pre-marked, animated, and stipulated to its evidence as states exhibit 2.
Well, it's not stipulated yet, I suppose, but are you moving it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it. Any objection to the defense?
No,
Now, there's discussion on stipulation, but just so that we're going. It's actually being entered in at this point. Okay, without objection, so entered in as states exhibit number 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
She buys her home from Scientologists. I'm not sure if she's one. She gets her sweetheart deals from
Yes. Now,
Scientology.
members of the jury, sometimes I'll turn the lights on and off during that time. Does anyone have any photosensitivity at all? So if I do it too quick, sometimes people. So. All right, yes, permission to publish granted.
And would Your Honor also read the editing instructions?
Yes, so. Members of the jury, you are about to view and listen to a video/audio recording. The court instructs you that the recording has been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording has been edited should not concern you in any way and must not impact the way you view or listen to any.
Sounds like bullshit.
City Manager Jennifer.Poirrier, as well as Chief Eric Andy,
To make you quiet. He's making you go, shh, you're so dangerous.
and Fire EMS Chief Tony Tedesco. And you're going to hear first from Chief.
Wow, that's because you have big jugs. I mean, your boobs are huge. I mean, I want to squeeze them.
And Fire EMS Chief Tony Tedesco. And you're going to hear first from Chief.
You start assessing the situation, you're like, all right, I'm gonna get close to those, possibly touch them, maybe lick them.
And Fire EMS Chief Tony Tedesco. And you're going to hear first from Chief.
Now that's a kitty. Holy man.
And Fire EMS.
So yeah, context for anybody that hasn't seen these clips, and yeah, I mean, for them to just show this without any of the context that he added is something, but even so, they're just a bunch. It's just a bunch of random clips, funny memes off the internet talking about boobs and talking about funny stuff and talking about, oh, that's funny, or look at those jugs, or you know, you get the idea. But it's just going back and forth between this press conference and juvenile memes.
Chief Tony Tedesco. And you're going to hear first from Chief.
Titties and beer.
And Fire EMS Chief Tony Tedesco. And you're going to hear first from Chief.
Mama.
Andy.
This is a jury trial.
How did you feel in the moment when you watched that video for the first time?
Horrified, objectified, embarrassed.
Now, I'd like to move on and talk about the interactions that you had with him in person. So the next day, after the video was posted on April 29th, 2025, did you attend a town hall meeting?
Yes, I did.
And can you explain to the members of the jury what exactly a town hall meeting is?
A town hall meeting is a special meeting that allows for the community to come out and address the council and the city staff all at one time.
And where are these meetings held?
We do them at a variety of locations across the city of Clearwater to meet the communities where they are.
And these locations, are they all in Pinellas County?
Yes, they are.
In these meetings, where are you stationed?
I am stationed at the front of the room along with the council. We set up a table like in a semicircle or in a straight line, and so that we are facing the community members.
And when you're at these meetings, is the expectation that you are to remain there during the duration of these meetings?
Yes, yes it is.
Specifically at the meeting that was on April 29th, did you see the defendant?
Yes.
What did he do initially when you saw him at this meeting?
He walked up to me and set up his tripod right in front of me and started like obviously staring at my breast and like making body movements about like my breast.
And how do you feel about those gestures or movements?
inappropriate, again, embarrassed, exposed.
And when he approached the podium at those meetings, or at that meeting specifically, what steps did he take prior to speaking?
He brought up a box of chocolates, and I believe he called other people up there with him.
And then how did you position your body as this was taking place?
From right after he came up and set up the tripod and stuff in front of me, I just, I covered myself and I sat like this for the rest of the meeting.
Why'd you do that?
Because it's incredibly uncomfortable to have somebody objectifying you and staring at your breasts in a public meeting.
And once he started speaking, what did he say to you?
He offered himself and 2 other people as dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate.
And how did you react to him saying this?
We're in a public meeting. I'm the city manager, and so you want to maintain composure and stay professional at all times, and so I just did not have a reaction other than, the covering my chest and just ignoring him.
And you mentioned you have to maintain your composure, but what were you feeling in that moment?
Fury. Like I said, it's degrading.
Did you accept these physical chocolates that he brought up to these meetings?
I did not.
Now, let's pause for a second here. At one point, do you remember if you gave an interview or anything discussing chocolates?
I did. I did a podcast about women in leadership, and one of the questions that I was asked is how I get through stressful days. And I mentioned that dark chocolate helps. I like dark chocolate to help get through stressful days.
In addition to that interview, was there also an article published with this?
I believe there was.
Going back to the meeting, this interaction that you had with the defendant, was it uploaded to his YouTube channel?
It was.
Got a permission to approach the mic?
Yes.
Let the record reflect, I am showing defense what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 3. It has already been stipulated to, and at this time, Your Honor, the state would move to have this entered into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right. So entered in as State's Exhibit number 3.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
Hi, friends. Hi, Miss Poirier. How are you? I did something very special for you. I got some white chocolate, I got some milk chocolate, and I got some dark chocolate. Yeah, boy. I got some white chocolate, I got some milk chocolate, and I got some dark chocolate. I'm gonna leave it right here. You can collect it whenever you want. That way you start to calm down and you're not so stressed.
Now, as we saw in the video, what was your understanding of what he was talking about when he mentioned the chocolate?
It was sexual in nature.
And why is that?
the way he was offering not just chocolates, but the other people as well.
Once that meeting ended, did you grab the chocolate?
No.
When it ended, did he approach you again?
Yes, he did.
What did he say when he approached you?
He was trying to engage with me, get me to take the chocolates, and continued to make other kind of references about the chocolates.
You mentioned trying to engage with you. Did you say anything to him?
No, I just walk away. I don't engage.
When that meeting concluded, how did you leave that meeting? Like, how did you exit the premises?
We exited off the side of the building, and then we had a van that was waiting for us to take us back to our offices.
Is that a standard protocol that you had for this particular location?
Yes, it was a standard protocol for that location.
After this happened, did you need to, was there a new protocol that was put in place?
We did have a new protocol put in place for our council meetings, and actually, I'm sorry, from this meeting, I believe that was the last town hall that we did.
When you were exiting the meeting and you walked out to the van, did you see the defendant?
I did.
Did he speak to you as you were getting into the van?
He was making attempts to speak to me, yes.
Do you remember what he said?
There was a lot of people out there. They were filming and making comments about my rear end and just trying to engage in that kind of conversation, but I was walking away.
Do you remember if he was recording during this point out as well?
Yes, he was.
Your Honor, permission to address the clerk?
Yes?
Let the record reflect, I am showing defense what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 4. It has already been previously stipulated to you, Your Honor, and at this time the State would move this into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, so entered in as State's Exhibit number 4.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Yes. And just while Ms. Long is doing that, would you mind grabbing the, unless you're still going through, the.
Oh, sorry.
No, if you are, that's fine, just to make sure that we.
5 more minutes.
That's all right, whenever you're done, just, whenever they're done, just make sure you return to that.
Yes, sir.
No rush.
Hey, Poirier, don't forget your white chocolate and dark chocolate. Yeah, don't forget your, hey, Poirier, don't forget it. Here you go, Poirier. There you go. Poirier, don't forget your friggin' dark chocolate. Hey, God damn, look at that. That's a whole lot of ass right there. Sure. Oh my God damn. I did it. I'll buy that for $1.
But you better know, Claude Helmers, the Lord is my shepherd. He know what I'm.
Good Lord, that's a lot of booty. Good Lord. Lord, that's a lot. Shoot. I'm an asshole. I'm not joking. This is a real question. Do you like chocolate? Because look, I got some white chocolate. Hey, where's my, oh, we got some white chocolate, we got some milk chocolate, and then where's my boy Warren Sapp? My boy Warren Sapp, he's the dark chocolate.
You still got it.
She didn't take it. I gotta wait. I know, I gotta wait for her. I gotta wait for her. Milk chocolate and dark chocolate. Which one do you want? I'm that milk chocolate. Look, we got the dark chocolate right here. We got the milk chocolate. Hey, homo, where's the CEO of Clearwater? Hey, right now we're waiting on the CEO of Clearwater so she can get her chocolate. We got some white chocolate, we got some milk chocolate, and we got some dark chocolate for her. I don't know which one she likes, but I got all three right here. Oh, good Lord! Good Lord!
Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want. Excuse me, brother. Miss Parker.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. Other brothers can't deny. Swear it. I'm hooking, I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, I want to get the job and take your picture.
Oh, shit. Give me the back of the bank bus. Oh, my God. Good Lord, that's a lot of booty. Booty right there around. Booty right there around.
See him, sister.
Good Lord, that's a lot of booty. Holy shit. No wonder she likes the dark chocolate. That's why she loves the dark chocolate, everybody. Here you go.
I understand this is uncomfortable for you, so you can take a moment.
Thank you.
Now, as we saw in the video, and as we've already seen before, you started going to the van and then you stopped before you eventually returned. What made you go back inside?
So during that meeting, we had media that was in attendance, and so I was helping organize the different media interviews with the council members. And so I went back to make sure that they were not all in there at the same time, because I can't be in the same room having those conversations together.
Were you aware of the defendant outside waiting for you?
I was.
What were you feeling knowing that he was out there waiting?
I certainly didn't want to go back through that. It's hard to walk through a group of people when those kind of comments are being made. It's very uncomfortable.
Were you feeling powerless in that moment?
Very much so.
I know that was hard for you, but you did eventually come back out.
There was no other way to go. I didn't have a choice.
So you're saying you had no choice?
Correct.
Does he only show up at the town hall meetings, or does he show up to other types of meetings?
He shows up at other types of meetings as well.
And what would those meetings be?
He comes to our council meetings.
Is he a prominent face at these council meetings?
Yes.
Are these council meetings open to the public?
Yes.
And what kind of topics are discussed at these council meetings?
These are our business meetings, and we have a published agenda that we go through. It's a variety of topics relating to different things that is coming before the city council.
And is there an open forum at these meetings?
Yes.
Is that still the format of these meetings today?
It has been changed, and we are now back in a trial period to bring the open items not on the agenda conversations back.
Was this situation a reason that contributed to that change?
Yes, it is.
Now, these council meetings, did he speak during the open forums?
Yes.
Specifically, do you remember that he attended the council meeting on May 15th of 2025?
Yes.
And did the defendant bring you chocolates again?
Yes, he did.
Your Honor, permission to approach the clerk?
Yes.
Let the record reflect, I am showing defense what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 5. It has been previously stipulated to Your Honor, and at this time, the state would move this as evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
And so enter in State's Exhibit number 5.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, sir, here you go. I meant to say Poirier.
Hey, Poirier, don't forget it. Here you go, Poirier. There you go. Poirier, don't forget your friggin' dark chocolate.
Okay, sir, here you go. I brought you chocolates
Look,
again.
we're not gonna, you're out of order. You're gonna address.
How am I out of order? I'm addressing this.
You're gonna address the.
I am addressing this situation. You're giving out $500,000 and you want to save money in this city? What are you talking
Address
about?
the issue. I don't want the props.
The $500,000, that's the problem. You want to save money in this city.
To look at ways we can perhaps save taxpayers' money here in Clearwater.
Get rid of exorbitant amounts of money. Because there's more. Guess who pulled it all? I did. I'm going to go through each one of these, every single one of them, like, why? Pay attention, Poirier, look up. Oh, that bitch Poirier, yeah, she was balls deep in her fucking phone, and she was, every time I got up there, she was balls deep in it. It was like she was looking at fucking cocks and balls or something, and that was the only thing she could focus on. Even though I brought her dark chocolate, I brought her something good. Maybe she could be balls deep in those Ferrero Rocher fucking chocolates that look like balls, and she can stuff those in her mouth. Maybe that's what she needs to do, is be, I don't know. I just don't like you, Poirier. Especially, I just don't like you. Pay attention, Poirier, look up.
Okay, address the council. This is your last warning. You're out of order.
I'm gonna go sit down in my chair because I got plenty more to say.
Anyone else here tonight to discuss agenda item, wishes to comment on agenda item 6.1? Now is there council discussion? Okay, is there a motion?
Move to approve agenda item 6.1. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Apologies to the court for not forwarding them the language. Now, Ms. Poirier, did you speak to the defendant before this meeting?
No.
Did you speak to him after this meeting?
No.
From your understanding, were these chocolates related to the topic at hand at this council meeting?
No.
What were you feeling in that moment when that happened?
It begins to feel, in addition to the disgusted and humiliated, unsafe because of just the repetitiveness of it. So a lot of the same emotions I've already described in terms of humiliated, exposed, objectified, and then unsafe.
And this wasn't the first, was this the first instance of him giving you chocolate at a meeting?
No.
And just to clarify, because there were only two that are presented, at any of these other meetings, did you have conversations with this defendant?
I did not.
When he approached and spoke to you, what would you do?
Ignore him, turn away, walk away, just try to remove myself from the situation.
Did you make any sort of faces?
I tried not to. Again, you know, it feels to give a reaction then makes it worse. And so I would try very hard to not have a reaction so that he wouldn't be aware that he was getting to me.
Would you have considered any of your actions a conversation with the defendant?
No.
Would you consider it engaging with the defendant?
No.
Would you consider inviting him to continue to have a conversation?
Absolutely not.
Did his behavior over time impact your day-to-day?
Yes, it did.
Did it impact the structure of these meetings?
Yes, it did.
Did it impact the way that you arrived at these meetings?
Yeah, we implemented different safety protocols to try and keep the team safe and away from that type of behavior.
In your job as a city manager, do you expect everyone to like you?
No.
Do you understand that in your position, some people are not gonna like you?
I do understand that.
When those other people voice their dislike of you, do you have security concerns?
No,
Are you in any sort of distress?
not at all.
Does it affect your day-to-day at all?
No.
Vote to confer, Your Honor.
Yes.
And Ms. Poirier, because of these interactions, did you feel substantial emotional distress?
Absolutely.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. And just make sure to return all the video evidence back, or all the evidence to the clerk, please. Mr.Delaughter, any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, ma'am. You're the city manager for Clearwater, correct?
That is correct.
And you oversee a substantial city budget of several $100 million.
Correct.
And you manage thousands of city employees.
Correct.
Before you did that, you were an assistant city manager, right?
Yes.
And you have to fire people and navigate the inward workings of the Clearwater City government, right?
Correct.
And it's your job to implement the policies set out by the Clearwater City Council.
Correct.
Right. So, you'd agree that this sort of intense work with pace and before requires thick skin, right?
I would agree.
All right. So, you did speak publicly about the stress of the job, right?
Yes.
And you said you deal with it through dark chocolate. I think yoga and Pilates, right?
Yes.
Right. So anybody who comments about this stuff is publicly available information, right?
Okay.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Taylor attempted to give you the chocolates and make these references. He's talking about these things that you've already put out into the ether, so to speak.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Is it correct that when Mr. Taylor discusses the chocolates with you and he references them to you, he's talking about information that you've already previously put out to the public, correct?
Yes.
All right. So, when he did these things to you, he wasn't making a threat to you, was he?
It felt threatening.
Being offered chocolates is a threat to you?
And the way and the manner that he was doing it, yes, and bringing other people with him, yes, it felt threatening.
But you didn't run for the hills. You stayed there, and you were stoic, weren't you?
I was stoic, and I did not leave the meeting.
Right. You didn't flee the room.
I did not.
You didn't call for police to take him out.
I did not.
Right. And you stayed there, and you finished the meeting. That's your job.
I did stay, yes.
You're a very strong little woman, and you were there to finish the job no matter what was happening.
Correct.
All right. So let's talk about those emails real quick. Are they published in picture? Are they back here at the clerk?
Yes.
May I approach? You may, yes. All right, thank you. And you reviewed these emails before they were published to the jury, and you said that these are accurate representations, right?
Yes.
Okay, so these emails were sent to you, but weren't they also sent to every other member of the Clearwater City Council at the same exact time? Weren't they?
I believe so, yes.
All right. So the first email that was sent, the earliest date on this stack is June 16th, 2024. Is that correct?
I don't have the stack in front of me.
All right. Want me to refresh your memory?
Sure.
I can bring you the stack. You're on my approach? You bet. All right. Thank you. Go ahead and review the dates on these emails and let me know when your memories refresh, please.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I approach? Yes, you read the document. Thank you. So the first date on these emails is June 16th. Your Honor, may I display this on the envelope? Okay, right. Thank you.
Are you good with the lighting, Mr. Delaughter? You need me to turn the light off?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Do you need me to turn the light off, or are you good?
No, I think we can all see this relatively well. All right, so the date of this email is June 16th, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, it says, forward, enjoy your weekend, doesn't it? Is the subject?
Yes.
All right. And that's a link to YouTube video, is it not?
Yes.
It's not a threat? Is it?
No.
It's not referencing your anatomy in any way, shape, or form?
What's being displayed? No.
No. Okay, so, next email. The date on this email is June 18th, 2024, correct?
Yes.
And it's to all of the people there on that to-do, correct?
Correct.
And it says as a subject, I love y'all, right?
Correct.
And everybody that's listed on that too are all city council members, correct?
No.
Okay, are some of those people city council members?
Yes.
All right. And those people were part of the Clearwater City government, correct?
Correct.
All right. And that's a YouTube link to a video, correct?
Correct.
It's not a threat there, is there?
Not as listed.
And no, it's not listed, it's not showing any comments about your anatomy, correct?
Correct.
All right. And we have June 19th. Sorry, well, this video, or sorry, this email shows June 19th, correct?
Correct.
And it's a forwarded email, correct?
Correct.
And it was sent to all the people listed on that two section, correct?
Correct.
And again, YouTube link, correct?
Correct.
And nothing in this email is talking about your anatomy or talking about chocolate or anything like that. So just the YouTube link.
Correct.
All right. So we're going to move to the next one. This is June 20th. Correct? What's the date on this one? Oh, sorry. June 20th. Correct?
Yes.
So why can't we be friends? Correct?
Yes.
All right. And then there's a YouTube link, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Again, there's no comments about your anatomy, no comments of chocolate or anything like that, right?
Correct.
Okay. Next email is dated June 22nd, correct?
Yes.
And it's listed to all those folks listed on the two line, correct?
Correct.
All right. It says enjoy the weekend, doesn't it?
Yes.
And then there's another YouTube video, right?
Correct.
Okay. Next date. June 23rd, right?
Correct.
And again, these are the same forwarded people that we see from previous emails, correct?
Correct.
And the bottom YouTube link, right?
Correct.
All right. June 29th, is that the date of this email?
I don't see that date up there.
Oh, sorry, let's make sure we're being accurate here. June 29th, 2024, right?
Correct.
Okay. Second one says June 29th, 2024, correct?
Yes.
All right. And again, all these contain YouTube links, right?
I can't see them, but
Hold on. Let's make sure that the act is right. You see that? Is that a YouTube link?
yes.
All right, thank you. And this one is July 3rd. And it's listed to several people as part of the council, isn't it?
There are some council members on there, yes.
Okay, and it has a YouTube link, right?
Yes.
Then we have, this is another, I guess you had forwarded this email to Mr. Margolis, correct?
Correct.
And the original email was sent to all the people below on July 10th, right?
Yes.
And again, there's just a YouTube link, right?
I believe so, yes.
Thank you. Then, what was the second? So then we have July 20th, 2024, and it's an email. I guess you forwarded an email that Mr. Taylor allegedly sent, says, "I love you all, happy Independence Day." YouTube link, right?
Yes.
Okay. This one, dated August 20th, 2024, And it says, can you answer the truth, please? Right?
Yes.
And YouTube link?
Yes.
Okay. We seem to have August 19th on this email, correct?
Yes.
All right, and again, that's sent to, was really sent to these folks here, and it appears that you had, I guess, forwarded this to someone, by his police community notification, right?
Correct.
All right, and again, you, right?
Yes.
Okay. September 19th, 2024. Looks like, again, from a procedural standpoint, you forwarded this email previously sent to these folks here, right?
Correct.
And as a YouTube video.
Yes.
Okay. September 19th, 2024, says, enjoy this video, and has a YouTube link. And it's sent to those folks, right?
Correct.
And you're listed amongst all of those people. Right?
Yes.
All right. September 20th, 2024, have a great weekend. You forwarded this email sent to all those folks with that YouTube link, right?
Correct.
October 4th is an email directly from Mr. Taylor to those folks. I did this from 4 hours away is the title, right?
Correct.
And it's got that YouTube.
Yes.
Then we have this email, December 6th, 2024. Forward, love you, and it's listed to all of those folks initially, but you forwarded this, and there's some sort of YouTube, correct?
Yes.
December 5th, 2024, directly from Mr. Taylor to those folks there, you're included in that list of folks with the YouTube link, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then December 6th, 2024, says love you and YouTube link, right?
Yes.
Okay. Almost. Another December 20th, 2024, also says forward, love you, and it contains the YouTube link, right?
Yes.
Just a second. So, just something to pay attention to. Look at the YouTube link here at the bottom. You see the last few digits on that link. It says SCRA8 underscore. You agree with me? That's what that said, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the December 6th email. And then this thing, this email that says love you contains the same ending digits, SCRA8 underscore, right?
Correct.
Looks like he sent this was forwarded the same email. All right.
Objection, not a reproach.
Right? Alright, so that specific objection is overruled, you may continue to proceed to lunch.
All right, next email here is January 11th, 2025, listed to those folks with the YouTube links beneath, correct?
Yes.
All right, and these are incorporating previous emails with previous YouTube links, right? It references Friday, December 20th, Thursday, December 5th, and those prior emails.
Yes.
Okay, great. Then we have March 19th, 2025. We have this email, which forwards a YouTube link from an email from Mr. Taylor on March 18th, correct?
Correct.
Right. And then we have March 30th, 2025, for again, another email link, and then we have these forwards of prior emails, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Finally, March 30th, 2025, we have this email from Mr. Taylor and with those links, and those were sent to you and the other members of the Clearwater City Council, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, Ms. Poirier, you do a lot of emails in your business, right?
Yes.
And you got a delete function, right?
Yes.
You can delete emails.
No.
Okay, so you deal with people who email you on a daily basis, correct?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Taylor doesn't email you on a daily basis, does he?
Sometimes.
Well, through this span of 18 emails, this starts June of 2024 and goes all the way through March 30th of 2025, right?
Correct.
That's what, 9-10 months, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's averaging about 2 emails a month, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, Your Honor, approach the court to take this back?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Now, you said that you stopped watching the videos after some of the videos were commenting on your body, correct?
That's correct.
All right, but there were other videos before that that Mr. Taylor produced that weren't produced on the screen, right?
Yes.
All right, and those videos discussed your residency, didn't they?
Yes.
And they discussed where you lived.
Objection, Your Honor, may we approach?
That's true, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got it now. That's more of a flavor. Joe, right there, a little bit. They don't change that water. Yeah. It's like a cast iron skillet. No, I'm still New York. You'll still always be in New York. Yeah. The zip code don't change. Yeah, exactly. Unless not this past week though. My son was doing it all. It comes on my phone now, so it's like, it always comes out there.
All right, so, that objection is overruled, you can see Mr. Poirier.
So let's back, Mr. Poirier, you saw other videos that Mr. Taylor produced, correct?
Yes.
And the video we saw of Mr. Taylor at the city council meetings wasn't the only time that he had been there before, correct?
Correct.
And at the city council meetings, he discussed your residency, correct?
Yes.
And he published videos about your residency, correct?
Yes.
Now, you are, as a city of Clearwater manager, you're familiar with the city charter, aren't you?
Yes.
The city charter requires that the city manager reside in the city of Clearwater, right?
Yes.
And in fact, your contract for your employment states that you are required to reside in the city of Clearwater within, for at least 180 days a year, right?
Yes.
All right, and these were big type videos discussing these issues was some of the materials that Mr. Taylor produced about you, right?
Yes.
And you saw those videos, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you own multiple properties, don't you? At the time Mr. Taylor produced these videos, you owned multiple properties, correct?
Yes.
And some of them were outside of the city of Clearwater, correct?
Yes.
All right, and inside the city of Clearwater, you purchased a condo or apartment, correct?
Yes.
And it's jointly owned with your daughter, correct?
Yes.
Now, your daughter works for, or at least at the time the thing was purchased, she worked for the public, correct?
Not having the impression.
You may. All right, so Mr. Delaughter, you may rephrase your question.
At the time these videos were made, Poirier, your daughter and your husband were public employees, correct?
Yes.
And they co-owned some of the properties with you, correct?
Yes.
Right. And the property that you bought in Clearwater, you bought that from somebody who is affiliated with the Church of Scientology, correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, okay, so if let me ask this question then. The city of Clearwater, the council has frequent business dealings with the Church of Scientology, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, can we approach?
Okay.
I'm just gonna start going around. Take you guys whole fast, right? How old is your business? Okay, so I have a 13-year-old and 10-year-old. My son's older. He was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then he had us. It was, right? I think I was a little more excited. The first one, I thought was good. It was good.
Okay, so as to that specific objection, it is overruled. Mr. Delaware may ask again.
All right, Mr. Poirier, the city council does business with the Church of Scientology, correct?
Yes.
And the city of Scientology, the Church of Scientology lobbies the city to purchase tracts of land, right?
Yes.
So you'd agree with me that it's possible that there would be perceived public, there's a conflict of interest if you have a financial relationship with someone dealing with them, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your question.
Do you agree that there's a perceived conflict of interest if you're buying some property from somebody who's associated with the church for which they lobby the government organization for which you work?
I'm sorry, I still don't.
You know what a conflict of interest is?
I do, yes.
Okay. So if, for example, the NRA were to go to the government and give them, lobby them, and then somebody from the government has a financial transaction with the NRA, you can see it's a perceived conflict of interest, right?
The council is the one who makes those decisions, though I do not.
Right, but you work for the council, you are an arm of the council.
I'm sorry?
You are an arm of the council, you do your bidding.
I follow their direction, yes.
Okay, so you can understand that there can be perceived conflict of interest if you're doing a financial transaction with somebody with whom the city council does business.
I honestly don't know.
Okay. So, so you're telling you told the court that you ignored Mr. Taylor when he went by you with dark chocolate, right?
Correct.
And you never engaged in any of the city council meetings you went to previous to that, right?
I certainly don't engage with him, correct.
All right, so when he goes to the city council, he's mentioned these issues that we brought up before about residency and purchases and whatnot, right?
Yes.
And you sit there and you poker face, much like you are right now, to my questions, right?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a moment to confer with mine.
You may.
Yes. Your Honor, no further questions.
I think you need redirect from the state.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well.
Ms. Poirier, I would just like to clarify some things that were discussed on cross. First and foremost, defense mentioned that the defendant brought you chocolate to these meetings. And you mentioned the interview in which you stated you like chocolates. In that interview, what specifically did you say? Did you have a preference for a particular type of chocolate?
I said that to get through stressful days, I will use dark chocolate.
From what you remember and obviously what you've already seen, did the defendant only bring you dark chocolate?
No.
When you did that interview, did you make that comment connotating something sexual?
Not at all.
When the defendant approached you, did you take that comment as sexual?
Yes.
Why was that?
With the prior videos that had been made about my anatomy and the way that he was gesturing, that's how it clearly came across.
And specifically, let's talk about his gesturing. In those videos, he approached the podium. Did he approach by himself?
So at the town hall, no, he had people come up with him.
And when he approached with those people, what did he say in reference to those people and the chocolate?
That he had brought milk chocolate, white chocolate, and dark chocolate with him.
Did he gesture to people when he made those specific references?
Yes, he did.
And And throughout the meeting, you maintained a stoic disposition. Despite the feelings your personal feelings, you had a job to do there, correct?
That is correct.
Despite how you felt internally, were you trying to keep your composure?
Yes.
Were you trying to remain professional?
Yes.
Was it hard?
Very.
And we pointed specifically to the emails and the YouTube links that were sent in those emails. Before you clicked on any of those links, did you know what the content of those YouTube videos would be?
No.
So when you're on the right,
You may.
may I republish what was already admitted as evidence as states Exhibit 1?
Yes.
And I won't go through all of these, but the first email that has been entered in, when you got this email, did you know what the content of it would be before you clicked on the link?
I did not.
Initially, when you first got this email, were you apprehensive?
Yes.
These emails came, why were you apprehensive about?
Because I didn't know what was in them.
Do you often get emails with random YouTube links from people?
No.
And this first page, this first email, what was the date on that?
June 16th, 2004. I'm sorry, 24.
And the next page, what's the date on this email?
I can't see it.
Sorry.
That's okay. June 18th, 2024.
The next one?
June 19th, 2024.
I won't go through all of them, but did they increase frequently when you got these emails?
They did seem to be clustered where I'd get a bunch in a row, yes.
When you stopped watching them, did you send these emails to anyone or forward them to anyone?
Yes, I forwarded them to the Clearwater Police Department.
Why?
Because they were unsettling.
And I'd like to talk to you about your employment as a city manager. As far as your employment goes, are you in compliance with your contract?
Yes.
I want to confer, Your Honor.
Yes.
And then it was mentioned about a home that you bought in Clearwater from a specific group of people, or that was previously owned by a specific group. Did you know the religious preference of these people before you purchased this home?
I did not.
Is that something you look into before you buy a home?
No.
What are you really focused on when you buy one?
Location and price.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is this witness released for subpoena?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Poirier, you're released from your subpoena. You're free to go or stay however you please. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Can the attorneys approach, please? Members of the jury, I was just asking the attorneys in terms of logistical timing, where we're at. There's another witness, but and I said we take a break about every hour, hour and a half. We're at about an hour 20 right now, so we're gonna take a brief number break. We're going to have you leave your notepads where they are. Again, do not discuss anything that happened in the courtroom here. You can't go back about anything that you saw. It was argued by the attorneys, by the testimony, none of that.
All right, so the question is, again, I don't have the whole trial. I only have up until the prosecution rests and the and Mike's lawyer argues for.
This is a logistical matter today. It's Poirier, correct? Poirier. Do you plan on watching the rest of the trial? You can if you want. I just asked for logistical purposes. Okay. I know there's people on all sides here, so I want to make sure everyone's staying separate. Okay. So with that being said, Deputy, if you could have one side or the other, whoever you choose first, to exit for a recess, and then the others just wait a minute or two before going in. I cannot stress enough, still no interactions to be had between anybody, and please follow the deputy's instructions in regards to the logistics of that. Okay, so it is 3:09, we'll call 3:10, court's in recess until 3:25.
You guys hold on. Oh, so you want to take a break, right?
All right, so how long we've been going here? Hour and 37 minutes. I'm tempted to just turn this off and start another one with the next part of the trial. Anybody got thoughts on that? Just so, I mean, hour and 30 minutes is already not super likely to get views, but you got to look at it like this. It's one more video about the trial. So that's how I look at it. What do you guys think? Can I get some live feedback? That's what I'm going to do, I think. All right. Thank you for coming in, everyone.
This is a public service on YouTube.
This is a public service.
This is a public service.
We're out here today to ensure our natural rights are respected by those who swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. Please like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach as many people as possible. I implore you to peacefully seek redress